Recording slick demo videos and animated sequences for your product used to be a pretty harrowing experience. You had to first kind of figure out what is the kind of design you wanted, then you had to take screenshots and video shots, and then hand it over to an animation professional or someone who could make this into a slick video with voiceovers if need be. So there was a lot of complication in doing this. What if I told you that you can do this with AI in a matter of a few minutes without investing nearly any time or effort in actually getting this done? This is possible today with Hyperframes from HeyGen, which is an open source project that you can use on Claude Code, and I think it's also supported on some other AI assisted coding tools as well. I'm going to show you how easy it is to build by building something that I actually need for my own product with Hyperframes. Let's get started. So I'm going to be using Hyperframes. The idea of Hyperframes is that you essentially write HTML with CSS and JS, and that gets compiled into a video. And Hyperframes also has other capabilities like using that for text to speech. You can use animations, you can use 3JS, you can use all of that stuff. It's very simple. You can just add the skills to your Claude skills or your AI assisted IDE skills. Now you can do a whole bunch of things. You can install a whole bunch of skills. It's a combination of multiple 4 or 5 different skills that are installed. One is Hyperframes. It also adds a CLI. Then you have GSAP, which is an animation library that it uses to actually deliver the animated sequences. You can use this for text to speech. Like I said, I use a lot of text to speech, so my videos usually require some kind of explainers. So you can do text to speech. It ships with its own text to speech, but I have actually kind of hacked it to use ElevenLabs. So I've installed the ElevenLabs skills as well as a preferred voice that I have in order to do this. So it's pretty powerful stuff. You can use this with multiple things and you can generate a very, very powerful demo video with this. So let's get right into the demo. Let me show you how this works. Now I have just written an idea.md file and let me explain what that is. So this is my product that I'm building. We are essentially, I'm building out a new capability. We've already built out a new capability for integrating with Slack, where the product, you can initiate threat models and security design reviews from within Slack. That's the thing I want to showcase here. So I basically want Hyperframes to create a 45-second video on the following content. I've given it some script and I've said build your own script because my script is obviously not optimized for very catchy usage. So I've also given it a couple of assets. I've given it an MP4 file, which is like a 20-second video of initiating how this works from Slack. And then I've given it a screenshot of the results, what happens once this thing is done. So I've also mentioned a specific instruction. This is the hacky part of it where I've used ElevenLabs. I've said we'll use ElevenLabs for text to speech, use the ElevenLabs skill for this, does not return timestamps. This is very important because when you use the native text to speech that ships as part of Hyperframes, it uses Kokoro or something like that. Yeah, the Kokoro model, which is a local model. This is nice, but it's not, the voices are not that good. So which is why I kind of went with ElevenLabs. So that returns timestamp natively. This does not. So I've said transcribe separately afterwards, use voice ID blah for the TTS voice, right? So this is basically what I am going to do. So I'm going to start this and I'm going to do this inside an IDE. I just like to use Claude Code inside an IDE. My bad. Actually, let me start it with dangerously bypass permissions because I just don't want to have to keep doing yes, no in the middle. So I'm going to say Hyperframes, build as per idea.md. There is a design.md file. So I have a previously preset design.md file that I'm using so that it gives me like consistent design language for my brand. And that's what is in design.md. For use, there are other files that you can use during the course of this process. I'm just writing something. It will figure this out. So now what this is going to do is it's going to use idea.md. You can use claude.md, what have you. Design.md, which is basically, I've used some branding requirements that I have, nothing fancy. I have this screenshot video that I have, and then a results screenshot that I have. So that's basically what this is doing. So as you can see, it started a 45-second script for the video clip. And I think it is also installing some additional packages for it to work. It's initializing, so it has written a bunch of tasks that it's going to execute. So we are going to wait for it to execute. This does take a little bit of time. So this time is the first time I'm using video in video. So it's likely going to take a little more time. Yesterday, when I ran it for a 60-second video, it took me about 9 minutes and 45 seconds to finish the whole thing with text to speech. A lot of videos that are floating around with hyperframes don't use text to speech, but mine do, which is why I've added text to speech. Seems to have completed the script, it's loaded the skill, and now it's going to complete the rest of the activities. So I'm going to wait for it to get done. So now the Claude has almost finished doing everything. It's basically linting and validating and rendering, but you can see that it's already done. And it's done actually a very good job, probably a much better job than I'd have done myself. So I'm gonna mute this, but you'll see that um, you'll see that it's animated. The animated sequences are really good. This is something I really like, the way it actually handled the threads part of it, which was very interesting. Then it used my video, which was the uploaded video, to showcase how the initiation sequence happens. And then it generated a really good 45-second video, very crisp, with the right messaging, hitting the right points, hitting the right USPs of how it works. And that's all reflected in the voiceover as well. So this is amazing because this allows me to, within about 12 minutes or so, to generate something really useful that I can constantly use as my product is evolving. Now, remember, our products are constantly changing, and having something like this makes life a lot easier because you can constantly use this to deliver better customer updates, better social media messaging, better demo videos if you need to for your customers as well. So this is really great. I've been using Hyperframes. I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to put this as part of my permanent tool arsenal for me to use to deliver content like this quite extensively as I go along. So Hyperframes, I am going to share some of the idea.md and stuff like that in a repository or in a GitHub gist. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like this video and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this sort of content. Thank you.